Hello and welcome everyone to The Divine Comedy. Myself and Grant have been leading an expedition to find the route that Dante took through hell, as described in the epic poem Dante's Inferno, and after years of searching we believe we have found it. Along with our crew of 30 other scientists, we will begin our journey into the deep, and towards the first circle of hell, which is Limbo. Limbo is the buffer zone between the human world and hell. This is where spirits go that are undeserving of hell but have committed too much sin to enter heaven. The landscape is very dull and dreary, and the sky is murky and without a sun. In the middle of this world, a large castle can be found, providing shelter and protection to the wise men of antiquity, who will be able to provide us with goods in exchange for knowledge. Our scientists will have to gather their resources from the world, but since the world is very resource deficient, we will need to complete tasks and achievements to hopefully prove worthy enough to trade with the wise men. They won't take this lightly, as the first person to complete a task will reap the most rewards. Anytime the same task is completed by another scientist, the knowledge will deplete in value. Our scientists will be pitted against each other to collect data and knowledge, and become the last person standing, to prove they are deserving of the expedition through hell. And now Grant will introduce our scientists.
Alright, so this is our first crew of players, and I'll just go off the tab. So, going alphabetically, we have Carly Ray Jepsen, or Supreme Shieldon. We have Kazmik over here. We have Merrick, Evader, Phased MC, G-Sam, myself, Computer Controlled, It's Isaac from Malta, James the Douglas, Satan, Kingsy, Lego, Lucidity, Missy Unicorn, Cute, Mrsonicfan, Nuke Nukem, Pelargo, Rari, RW Dragon, Sid Garcia, Stinstone, Joey from Survivor, Thin White Male, Topspin Piggles, Vernon, Max, Ripper, Cowboy, and Summer Bash.
Let's get fighting.
Hey, America.
Just a heads up, I failed science, so this is not going to be good.
Limber up, lads.
Cosmic!
Limber up, lads.
Cosmic!
Hi Isaac from Malta.
I thought Malta didn't exist.
Isaac,
Someone please kill Mr. Sonic.
I thought Malta didn't exist. What happened?
Isaac very
I'm pretty
sure Isaac is Russian.
Come back here.
Give you a clue, it's a bit more than 500.
By the way, don't listen to Spotify.
Isaac, your mic is so much worse than TS. What
It's the
happened?
achievement for game mode.
I probably molested it.
It's so cold in my room, I'm
Damn it,
shivering.
Isaac.
Okay, by the way, if
Maybe
you
in
need
a
a
channel
link,
You can't
so-
just molest anything, can you?
there's the link to all the achievements, so just have that open up in like a different tab if you want to take a peek at
Wish,
it.
wish, wish.
So,
You can now leave the channel.
User left your channel. Buddy
Bye,
left your
guys.
channel.
Good luck.
Disconnected
Good
from
luck.
your
Good luck.
channel. Buddy
Grant, can you make
left
sure
your
everything's
channel.
set up for the game?
User left disconnected from your channel. User left your channel. Buddy
User
disconnected from your channel.
Why is everyone just
User
fucking
left
switched to
your channel.
UHC7?
User left your channel.
Oh my god, I want to go.
Buddy left your channel. Buddy disconnected from your channel. User left your channel. User left your channel. User joined your
Good
channel.
on computer controls.
Microphone activated.
Goodbye, good luck everyone.
Bye,
I love you
Kingsley,
all.
you cunt.
Oh, excuse me, bitch? That was sandwich and bitch put together. Sandwich.
I got that recorded. No, never mind. Shit.
Right, bye Felicia.
Hello, everybody. I am the living embodiment of a creature possessing hell in its domains as Lucifer himself, portrayed by Katie Lawson, and welcome to the Spectator perspective of the Divine Comedy Season 1, or the Circle of Hell 1, the first Circle of Hell before you enter into the Inferno. Now, this game is slightly different, because this game has a castle in it. And this castle, you see right here? This castle is important. In fact, let me give you a show round this castle. Here is one of the many entrances. There's 4 entrances, I believe, to this castle. Now, in this castle, there's a villager. There's a villager in all of these towers. One over there, the tower over there in the corner of my view distance, and that tower there. Now, these towers contain a villager, also known as the Wise Man of Antiquity. If I quickly... Now, this Wise Man of Antiquity, he provides emeralds for gold. Emerald for diamonds, an emerald for an enchanted sharpness 2 book. Wow, here's Mister! Coming to investigate the tower. What was it? I said tower, I meant the castle. Now, Mister obviously doesn't have any emeralds. In fact, Mister has nothing at all, apart from a few casual items. But clearly he's investigating, looking around, wanting to look at the villager, the wise man of antiquity as he were. But of course, Mister does not have any trades possible. He can't trade with the villager because he has nothing. But this castle is interesting. As you see in this castle, there are large monolithic statues. And as Mister runs around, there's a statue holding up a large trident. There is another one holding a lantern into the dark. And once more, one laying out a loincloth. Now, if I TP to Ripper, who just fell from... Oh my god! So, here's where Ripper decided to fall in. That was, interesting. Anybody else taking that? No. That's just fantastic. So, let's go through everyone who's currently in the game and see what they're doing. So here's Supreme Shieldon, running through this dark forest. Didn't know there were forests in hell. He's found some hellhounds, apparently, which is interesting. We already showed what Dom was doing, so we'll skip past Dom. Merrick is also at the castle. Interesting. I think everyone's possibly going out to check out the castle in the first episode, so that's pretty good. I believe... Let's actually find out. Mister is digging away from the castle. Okay. That's a decent strategy. Meanwhile, Evader is digging to sounds. Yeah, I can hear lava from his point. So he's looking for lava in hell, which is interesting tactic. I don't think you really want to do that. Phased is up on the surface, looking around, trying to survey the area. Let's see what the lead explorer, Mr. Grant, is doing. Ah, he's found the edge of existence. And beyond here is a realm you cannot view. I'm sorry. The views beyond there will melt your brain and ruin your mind, and it'll hurt you beyond repair. If we teleport to computer controlled. Ah, this is very rare. Very good tactic, though. In the hot climate of hell, hiding in a cold puddle of water. Except usually the water in this realm. A 5.97 block hit. Wow, Rari, nice. Holy shit, what did he do? Hang on. Let's That's just impressive, to be honest. I don't know how he did that. That's fantastic, though. So no, Rari must have traded with a villager elsewhere, unless there aren't villagers elsewhere. And then... so James is here, just grabbing I thought it was using a pickaxe, then. Let's go see what the Condemned is doing. Ah! Where is the Condemned? Ah, the Condemned is in a mine shaft already. I don't believe the Condemned is going to survive very well. I mean, I hear there are some very, very dangerous creatures in this side of hell. But, to be fair, the Condemned can do whatever they require. They're perfectly allowed. And let's see what... Now, in hell, we don't discriminate based on religion. You can be Christian and be condemned, and you can be atheist and you can be condemned. But there's one group who we do not like in hell. One group that us as demons and hell spirits and hounds and behemoths of the dark world do not like. And it's the men who greed themselves on money. Killing a sheep. Senseless murder of a sheep. Oh, let's go survey the damage. Wow, Newt has a full set of armor. But he has found some of Hell's protectors, protecting the many corners and caverns within Hell's society. Now, let's see. Another one of the many specially condemned. Ooh. There are two people here. Over here, we have Sonic. And over here we have Lucity. Which is odd, because them two to be together is, of course, cardinal sin, so it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense that they'd ride across the hot waters and just simply run into each other. Let's teleport to Pelargo, see what he's doing over here. His Pelargo is surveying the area as well. Many people, of course, in the first many minutes before they enter the Hell Realm, will survey the area. It's what Dante did. Dante, I'm pretty sure, looked around all the hell that he saw around him and decided his route of decision, and then slowly went into Dante's Inferno. Here is the Minotaur. Completely different myth, completely different legend. In fact, I think many people have done stuff with this legend in previous lives, but it appears the Minotaur is hungry, and he feeds upon the carcass of a murdered stallion. I'm assuming that was Kingsley. Oh. It appears not. Oh, no, it was. Yeah, it was Kingsley. That was a Kingsley move. I will give him credit for that. The Condemned. Sorry, not Kingsley. I get the names confused. Now, but let's see. So we've seen the mythical creature of the Minotaur. Let's see what the mythical creature of the dragon is doing. Purple dragon. I believe an obsidian dragon in this case, endowed in red cloak of blood. He's much like the Minotaur, hunting for feasts, which makes sense. I believe we can look at the one they call Gracious. Gracious is... Gracious has already found an underground cavern, and is clearly hunting in this cavern. If we take a look at the man made of stone, I believe he was caught up in Medusa's situation. He's creating a... He's creating a staircase downward to all of this hellscape. Look at this hellscape. If we move away from him to survival expert Joseph, taking the same strategy as the man made of stone, in fact. In fact, also heading down to the many, many, many pools of lava here in hell. It's an interesting tactic, and I hope it pays off for him. Meanwhile, wearing the body of his enemies. Many people are doing this in this game. It must be a situational thing. He has also found many abandoned caverns here in hell, created by, of course, as you all know, the dwarven hell miners of the last decade. Oh, and Finn has also adopted the strategy of the man made of stone and the man they call Joseph, which is a good strategy to take, I believe. It's a useful one to ensure. The pig has found a ravine quite close to the surface of hell, which is, I guess, a tactic. It's a tactic you can employ to try and survive. Vernon himself is, in fact, he's gone not that far down. He's not as far down as Gracious or possibly the Condemned or Finn. Meanwhile, Maximum has also taken the Vernon strategy of sitting in a high level, ravine. And it's odd, he's not a beast like the Minotaur, he's not a beast like the Dragon, he's not well known like Gracious or survival expert Joey, but it appears that Steve is also hunting and feasting, which is incredible. Incredible routes that people have already gone to when they are faced with surviving the depths of hell. Now a man called Sir has employed teleportation, it appears, which is an incantation not often seen. I mean, obviously being as one of the head devils and golems within this realm, I can easily pass through reality itself, but for a mortal like that to do it seems odd. And finally, through my list of scientists, I assume they were called, one is just stood here doing what I can only describe as sweet fuck all. Ah. Pelargo. I've been looking. Let's see what happened to Pelargo. He fell off a fucking mountain. So those are the adventures we have. We have Don, we have lead scientist Kazmik, we have Merrick, we have Vader, we have FaZe, we have one of the two pigmen, head scientist Grant, I believe partially cyborg, computer controlled, the Maltese, we have James, the Condemned, the one we won't mention, the other Condemned, Mr. and Mr. Nuked, the one who may soon perish, the Minotaur and the Dragon, Gracious, Mr. Made of Stone, survival expert Joey, Finn, the other pig, Vernon, Max, Steve, the White Man, and ex-Summer Bash. It appears Vader himself has found some issues. But he has found a Sporter as well, which is good. It's got some gear in it for him, but some of the gear is rather useless. Now, I will point out, these scientists just pet to hell. They're running on what I can only call as a connection-based server to get into the Hell realm. It's the only way that a mortal can pass many barriers which involve mortal state and the Reaper and situation like that. But that does mean that for me, a resident of the realm, and for someone like Evader, who I'm seeing here, they are jumping around a bit. Oh, please. Oh, please. Oh, just do it. Oh, just fall it. Oh, you bastard. Oh, just fucking. Oh, just fucking die. Come on, just do it. Look how enticing it is. Come on, you fucker. Abraham cannot save you now. Just fucking go in. Just fucking go in. Just fucking go in. Come on, you know it will be enjoyable. Just jump in the fucking fire. The avoidance of magma angers me. Oh, and then he has the. It appears my powers in the Underrealm have come into play. It appears that I, as a demon, I used my Underrealm powers to possess the conscience of Lego and force him into the lava, so thank you, gracious Satan Lucifer above. Thank you. Just thank you for ensuring that those kind of people don't remain in our realm. Because we are not welcoming them in our realm. They are not the kind we appreciate. Do I make myself clear? If anybody else wants to come into a circle of hell, possibly second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and more, depending on how your mortal mind views it. If anybody else wants to come in, and they are like that, we will not take you graciously. We will not take you kindly. will accept you with pain and torture and hurting until you eventually perish. Clearly the scientist known as Lego Beast has perished because we don't accept his fucking kind. Meanwhile, the man who's part cyborg has found some diamond. Which is odd. Ores are very hard to come by in this realm. Because we don't have any need for petty gems. We are merely creatures of a different realm. We don't have a need for petty gem. We just have need for suffering of those mortals who came down. Nuked is here. Oh, Nuked has found a spider-based entrapment. Not containing much of use, but containing stuff nonetheless. Which is impressive. Phased. Ah, I believe that was computer controlled. But Phased is looking down. Ah, his cape. Cape of a warrior, that is. He is moving through the hellscape much better than anyone such as Lego did. Which is interesting. Very interesting. That some adventurers can be so good around this hot magma-based situation, and so many can be horrendous. Nuked is doing what I can only describe as very well. In fact, let me quickly... Well, I'll do that in the next episode. Thank you, everybody, for viewing the view of the demon himself in this round, watching the perspective of one who works in the Underrealm. I will see you guys in your way 2 days for the next situation where we see how the scientists will do. Thank you very much for viewing, and I hope you will enjoy the next.